Have you heard of Pitcairn, an isolated island in the Pacific with a unique history and culture? Join us on Chick Discovery to uncover 10 unbelievable things about this remote place. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more exciting videos. Pitcairn, one of the least populated territories in the world. Pitcairn Island, located in the South Pacific, is one of the least populated regions in the world, with only around 40 to 50 permanent residents. Its history is deeply tied to the famous mutiny aboard the HMS Bounty in 1789. After the mutineers seized the ship, they set it alight to avoid detection and fled to Pitcairn, establishing a community that has lasted for centuries. The descendants of these mutineers now form the core of the island's population. Over time, however, the community has faced many challenges, including limited access to healthcare, education, and employment opportunities. The island's remote location and difficult living conditions led to a significant outmigration, with many younger residents leaving to seek better opportunities in New Zealand or the United Kingdom. Despite efforts to encourage immigration, Pitcairn's population continues to shrink, and it remains one of the most isolated human settlements on Earth. The people of Pitcairn are self-reliant, often growing their own food, fishing, and hunting. However, their survival is heavily reliant on the infrequent supply ships that bring essential goods. This isolation has created a distinct culture where the residents, despite their hardships, share a strong sense of community. The lack of modern conveniences has paradoxically helped preserve the island's unique way of life, creating a living museum of sorts where traditional methods of survival are still practiced. No airport, only one main road. The lack of an airport on Pitcairn means that accessing the island is a daunting challenge. The island's mountainous terrain and rugged coastline make the construction of an airport virtually impossible. As a result, Pitcairn can only be reached by boat, with travelers first flying to Tahiti or Auckland, and then enduring a 32-hour sea voyage from Mangareva in French Polynesia. Once on the island, the only mode of transportation is a single road, fittingly called Hill of Difficulty. This steep, narrow road connects the boat landing area to the island settlement. Travel along the road is often on foot or with all-terrain vehicles, as there are no modern vehicles suited for the rough landscape. While this road has served the community for generations, its existence underscores the isolation of Pitcairn. Because the island has no major seaport, supply ships must anchor offshore, with small boats used to ferry goods and passengers between the vessel and the island. These supply runs, which occur only a few times a year, are crucial for bringing food, medical supplies, and other essentials to the island. However, the infrequency of these shipments means that the residents must plan ahead and live off what they can grow or produce locally. The smallest post office with a single employee. Pitcairn is home to one of the smallest post offices in the world, operated by a single employee who handles everything from receiving mail and selling stamps to processing packages. Despite its modest size, Pitcairn's post office is well known among stamp collectors for its rare and uniquely designed stamps. These stamps often feature the island's rugged landscapes, the history of the Bounty Mutiny, and the daily life of its residents, making them a significant source of income for the community. Due to the small number of people sending mail, the post office does not operate daily, but opens only at specific times. However, it remains a vital link between Pitcairn and the outside world. Letters sent from this remote island hold special value, not only in terms of rarity, but also in their historical and cultural significance. For visitors, owning a Pitcairn stamp is more than just a souvenir. It's a tangible piece of one of the world's most unique and isolated places. No banks, only cash or barter transactions. On Pitcairn Island, there are no traditional banking services like ATMs or electronic payment systems. Residents primarily rely on cash for transactions, but due to the island's isolation and the limited availability of currency, bartering has become an essential part of everyday life. This system of trade allows individuals to exchange goods that they produce locally, such as fresh fish or vegetables, for items they cannot easily obtain themselves, like tools or clothing. Bartering serves as a vital means of acquiring necessary goods, providing flexibility in the absence of formal financial infrastructure. The island's lack of banking services creates challenges for international commerce. When Pitcairn residents need to purchase goods from abroad, they must rely on supply ships, which visit only infrequently. Orders for these goods need to be placed in advance, and payments are arranged through indirect channels, often involving intermediaries or international bank transfers, making the process slower and more complicated than in typical markets. For tourists, the island's financial system can pose challenges as only cash is accepted. In some cases, visitors are required to make prepayments through banks in other countries before their arrival. This necessity arises because there is no infrastructure for processing credit card payments, and the local economy depends heavily on cash transactions. Despite these obstacles, Pitcairn's residents have adapted remarkably well to their unique economic environment. They rely on mutual trust and a community-based approach to problem solving, where practical needs take precedence over monetary concerns. This barter-based system, while challenging for outsiders, strengthens the social fabric of Pitcairn. It fosters deeper connections between community members as they collaborate and trade resources based on need rather than profit. The island's small, close-knit population ensures that everyone contributes to maintaining the system, helping one another out, and supporting a sustainable, self-sufficient lifestyle. The economic practices in Pitcairn emphasize cooperation over competition, creating a resilient society that thrives in the face of isolation and scarcity. A minimalist government system, where everyone plays a vital role. Pitcairn Island's governance system is deeply rooted in simplicity and community involvement. With only a small number of residents, the government structure reflects the island's minimalist approach to administration. The island is governed by an island council, which consists of 6 elected members who serve as representatives of the community. These council members, along with the mayor, oversee the administration of the island's daily affairs. Due to the small population, each individual is expected to take on multiple roles, ensuring that every task, whether it's related to governance, maintenance, or public health, is addressed by someone within the community. For instance, a resident may serve as a member of the council, while also performing tasks like repairing infrastructure, assisting in medical care, or even guiding tourists around the island. This dual-role system ensures that all aspects of island life are covered without the need for specialized personnel or bureaucratic complexity. The shared responsibility for the island's administration means that every member has a direct hand in shaping the island's future and contributing to its sustainability. There is no formal police force in Pitcairn, as the island's residents prefer to resolve disputes and security issues through mutual agreement and self-governance. The legal and conflict resolution system on Pitcairn is based on consensus building rather than law enforcement, reflecting the island's emphasis on collaboration and community. When disputes arise, they are typically settled through open dialogue, with everyone involved in finding an equitable solution. This community-driven governance structure minimizes bureaucracy and fosters a strong sense of mutual responsibility. The island's small size and the close relationships between residents mean that everyone plays an active role in protecting the environment maintaining local traditions, and upholding the values that have sustained the community for generations. This creates a unique social model where participation and consensus are paramount. Pitcairn's system of governance, focused on cooperation rather than top-down control, ensures that the island remains a functioning society where each voice matters and everyone has a stake in the future. The lack of formal structures and the reliance on shared responsibility for governance may seem unconventional, but it has allowed Pitcairn to thrive in its unique environment. The island's residents continue to uphold a model of self-reliance, where communal bonds and mutual support form the foundation of their daily lives. No prisons, no crime. The island is also notable for having no prisons, as crime is virtually non-existent. With such a small population, everyone knows each other, and social bonds are strong. The island's legal system, if one can call it that, is based on self-regulation, with the council and community members working together to resolve conflicts. When disagreements or violations occur, the focus is on finding solutions that restore harmony rather than punishing wrongdoers. The lack of a prison system does not mean that Pitcairn is without rules or order. Instead, the island operates on a system of mutual respect, where social norms and the collective well-being of the community are paramount. Serious crimes, if they were to occur, might result in the individual being sent to New Zealand for trial, but such instances are exceedingly rare. Pitcairn serves as an example of a society where trust and communication replace the need for law enforcement, creating a peaceful and cooperative environment. Pitcairn's way of life, shaped by its isolation, small population, and community-driven values, offers a unique model of self-sufficiency and collaboration. In many ways, it provides a glimpse into a world that has remained largely untouched by modernity, where the bonds between individuals are stronger than the systems that govern larger, more complex societies. The island remains one of the last true examples of a completely isolated, self-sustaining community. Limited electricity and dependence on renewable energy. Electricity on Pitcairn Island is extremely limited due to the absence of large-scale power plants, relying mainly on two sources: solar energy and diesel generators. However, given the island's small size and low population, building a modern, continuous power supply system is not feasible. Electricity is provided only during specific hours of the day and is often cut off during non-essential times, requiring residents to plan their usage wisely to avoid waste. At night, power may be completely shut off to conserve fuel, meaning residents must adapt to living with limited electricity. Many households have grown accustomed to using oil lamps or solar-powered lights for nighttime illumination, while minimizing the use of high-energy appliances such as refrigerators, washing machines, or ovens. Additionally, they have developed daily routines suited to the island's power limitations, completing electricity-dependent tasks during the day when the supply is available and making the most of natural light. Dependence on renewable energy also presents challenges, especially on cloudy or stormy days when solar energy is insufficient to generate a stable power supply. In such cases, diesel generators serve as a backup, but transporting fuel to the island is a significant issue due to the long distance and high costs. This reality forces the island community to be even more cautious with electricity consumption, maintain energy-saving habits, and seek more sustainable solutions for their future energy needs. The unique education system on Pitcairn Island. With a tiny population, Pitcairn's education system is unlike any other in the world. On this small island, there is only one school with a single classroom where all children, regardless of age or academic level, learn together. A lone teacher is responsible for teaching all subjects, from mathematics and language arts to science and history, requiring a broad knowledge base and the flexibility to adapt to each student's needs. Due to the very small number of students, education here is highly personalized, with each child progressing at their own pace, ensuring the most effective learning experience. Beyond theoretical subjects, the curriculum focuses on equipping students with practical skills essential for island life. Children are taught fishing, farming, harvesting crops, repairing household items, and even building houses. Critical skills for surviving in an isolated environment where every resource must be maximized. Learning on Pitcairn extends beyond the classroom, with nature playing an integral role in education. The island itself becomes a living textbook, helping children understand ecosystems, geography, and sustainable resource management. Outdoor activities such as exploring the forests, studying local wildlife, and learning to navigate the ocean are common, enhancing their adaptability and connection to their environment. However, due to limited infrastructure and educational resources, Pitcairn lacks secondary schools and universities. As they reach adulthood, many students must leave the island to continue their education in New Zealand or other countries. Despite these challenges, Pitcairn's education system ensures that the younger generation is well prepared with the knowledge and skills needed for their future, while preserving the island's rich traditions and communal values. No medical facilities. Healthcare relies on self-care and external support. On Pitcairn Island, there are no hospitals or official clinics. Residents must take care of their own health using basic self-care methods and rely on assistance from community members with medical experience. For minor illnesses, they use medication from supply shipments or traditional remedies passed down through generations. When specialized medical care is needed, Pitcairn's residents must wait for external support. Periodically, a doctor from New Zealand or the UK visits the island to conduct health checkups. However, since these visits are infrequent, many cases require self-treatment or prolonged waiting periods. In emergencies, such as serious injuries or severe illnesses, evacuating patients is extremely challenging. They must wait for a supply ship to arrive or be transported on a small boat to reach a larger vessel anchored offshore. In critical situations, Pitcairn authorities can request assistance from the British or New Zealand Coast Guard or military for evacuation via helicopter or ship. The lack of medical facilities means that Pitcairn's residents must live cautiously, prioritizing personal health and minimizing risks. However, this situation also strengthens their self-reliance and tight-knit community bonds, as everyone is always ready to help one another in times of need. A unique language, a blend of English and Tahitian. One of the most distinctive aspects of Pitcairn Island is its unique language. The island's residents speak a dialect called Pitcairn, a blend of Old English and Tahitian. This language originated from the mutineers of the HMS Bounty and the Tahitian women who accompanied them, forming a communication style entirely different from most languages in the world. Pitcairn is primarily based on 18th century English, but is heavily influenced by Tahitian in terms of grammar and vocabulary. For example, many words in Pitcairn have pronunciations and spellings that differ from modern English, sometimes making it difficult for outsiders to understand certain phrases and expressions. Despite the small population, Pitcairn's language continues to thrive within the community. However, due to the island's small population, Pitcairn is at risk of fading away. Most residents can speak standard English, but Pitcairn is still used in daily conversations, especially among community members. Efforts have been made to preserve and document the language, including compiling Pitcairn dictionaries and organizing teaching programs for younger generations. Although Pitcairn is not an official language, it remains a vital part of the island's cultural identity. It not only reflects Pitcairn's unique history, but also stands as a rare linguistic heritage. Preserving Pitcairn helps maintain the island's distinct character while safeguarding one of the world's last surviving linguistic remnants of its kind. Pitcairn is a unique island with a rich history and isolated way of life, offering a rare glimpse into how humans adapt and thrive in harsh environments. What do you think of Pitcairn's extraordinary lifestyle? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories.